Hello world, this is Jeffrey, JGB146 Blake, and I am back with episode 3 of Guardi's Gala. So we went a while there with no videos, and then you got a Ho-Oh video, but yeah, it's been a while. I sort of had that one prepped and probably should have finished editing it and releasing it, but I got really busy with testing for my team, the people going to Charlotte, people having league cups, trying out new stuff with the cardio and that sort of thing. Just got busy, sorry. And then I also got sick, so I wouldn't have sounded good, wouldn't have been good for anybody. But I'm back. That was me saying, but I'm back really fast. So let's dig in, and let's just dig into what we're going to be looking at today. We're looking at round 2 of... I had to look over and see which round it actually was. It's round 2 of the 60card.net's monthly tournament. This was February 2018. And we're going to play against a fun deck. It's a rogue deck that I haven't seen anywhere else. Of course, we're just playing Garde because, you know, we're normal. But it was a really fun match. So I think it'll be fun to watch. And by the way, if you want to play in the 60card.net tournaments, they give out PTCGO packs as prizes. A winner actually gets a physical playmat, but it's free. You can follow the link in the description. Gotta see how to get so I can point down at the description. Follow the link down there, and you'll have to join their Facebook group, but it's free, and you get stuff, and it can be pretty competitive, so that's cool. Gives you a good way to test stuff. All right, with that, let's go ahead and dig in. But before we do that, I want to remind you, please like, comment, and subscribe as appropriate. It really helps me out if you subscribe. Really does. Okay, let's go. Okay, here we go. So we're against 5 Parker family. Don't think we're playing the whole family. I assume we're just playing one person. We get the coin flip and we lose, so they are going first this game, which means if we win, they're probably going to go first in game 3 too. Or game 2. Like, if they get to go first if we win. Wow, I made that more complicated than it is. Okay, so we start Ralts because we don't want to start Lele. Ralts is a good starter in general if you're going first. If we were going second, we'd ideally want to actually start Vulpix to help with our setup in the deck the way we've constructed it, but don't really need to do that here. So start off with the formalities of wishing each other good luck. We see that they're playing Crabrawler, and I'm like, okay, is this even a real deck? I was not impressed at this point. Little did I know. Okay, we top deck a Remoraid. That's good for us. They got their Brigette and everything set up, so they're doing great too. We are going to go ahead and Tapu Lele. So I get a Brigette. I think getting Brigette is fine. Absolutely okay. Should have looked at prizes there. If we had really awful prizes, it might make sense to get something else instead. So I'm a little iffy on whether or not that was the best play. But we'd have to have really bad prizes for it to really not work out. We go ahead. I choose to get the Vulpix. Oh, because we're not going first. So yeah, we want to do that. We have the Professor's letter in hand. That's the only reason we can do this, because we do have to get the Vulpix into the active for it to be okay. So go ahead. We get some fairy energies. We'll attach and retreat, and then we'll get Vulpix going. So once again, you know, we'll do what we need to do. What that means is we're going to get an Octillery, and we're going to get a Kirlia, since we have one in deck. We don't have a Rare Candy in hand, so it doesn't make sense to get anything further evolved. One thing I'll say is that a lot of people are like, oh, Vulpix is no good because they're going to end you. But what were we going to do next turn with the cards we had in hand? Attach an energy and Ultra Ball for a Kirlia? We'd rather get end. Yeah, if they don't end us, that's great, but they're going to. We see Choice Band come down, Ultra Ball for a Lele. Yeah, they're gonna end. That's fine. We get 6 new cards, and that's good for us. So let's see what they are. It's like opening up a present. Okay, we get the Octillery back and the Kirlia back, so we didn't lose anything to that end, anything important. We still got Guzma. These are almost like the same cards. Our opponent gets an Octillery as well, and they attached a strong energy to the Rockruff. That Rockruff's a threat now. If we magically are able to do so, if we top deck a Candy, we would love to be able to Guzma that Rockruff straight into hand and take a KO. We're looking at Crabominable just to refresh ourselves on what it does. The important thing is it has an attack that does 80 damage for 1 energy, and of course the Choice Band bumps that up to 110. So we see a Super Boost energy come down. That's not too important to us. I'm not saying it's not important, but we really don't care about it too much right now. We're going to go ahead and manually attach to the Kirlia. Super Boost does not provide rainbow energy until we have stage 2 up. We actually maybe could have attached the Super Boost though, just so that we could be that much further on, because if we get a Garde set up this turn, we'd be pretty good. Here I'm going through, I'm checking, I'm wanting to double check how much damage was done and factor that into our decision. Also, I'll note, we evolved the fairy type Kirlia specifically because we have psychic type Kirlia, like psychic type Ralts, so we could hit for weakness. And we see 2 Puzzles of Time. That helps us out a little bit, but not a lot, because we don't have a whole lot in our discard that we really want to get back. So here, if we had attached the Super Boost energy, we could discard a fairy with an Ultra Ball and get that back, but that's not going to happen. We have to think about what we want to do from here. I still actually kind of think letting the Super Boost go will be our play if we don't top deck something more useless. We'll just get a Gardevoir and manually evolve up. But our opponent's probably not going to let that happen. Unfortunately for us, Lycanroc is doing Lycanroc things. So he's not going to waste his GX, but he doesn't have to. If he can just retreat back into the Crabominable, then he will be able to, there you go, discarding a DC, but still worth it because he's going to get a second KO here. And we're just sort of still stuck. Even with Octillery set up, we're not getting good cards. What else is our opponent going to get? Nothing else. Going to go ahead, take their KO, and we're left in bad shape, really. So what do we get? We get another Octillery. Okay, so we can do a couple things here. We can get Ralts and Kirlia back to do 1 evolution step. Make sure we click the right button there. So we definitely want Ralts. What else am I getting here? The Professor's Letter? I don't really like that. I mean, I'm trying to get the most use out of the Ultra Ball, I guess, but no. We should have gotten Ralts and Kirlia back. If we're just getting 1, I think it's almost better to get just the Kirlia, so we can do 2 evolutions to get there. Here, though, I'm assuming I'm doing this so that I have extra cards to discard with the Ultra Balls. Wanting to be able to get more going. I mean, I guess I'm looking at it going, I can Lele for Skyla and use that to get a Garde going and just hope I can get some energy off of Octillery. But now I can't. Okay, well, I can Lele for Skyla and get it, I just end up with some energy. Like, okay. So we've discarded. We're gonna get what we need. I really like. I think the play is fine, but I'm not sure about the execution. And we ended up discarding extra cards there because we didn't want to discard the cards that we had in hand. Like we discard extra energy, and I don't know how I feel about that, but ultimately it's good for us to get a rare candy up. I'll note that we didn't check our prizes, and I just now realized we have a Puzzle of Time prize. That's painful. So get Garde up. Get this extra energy on. And we're going to go ahead and Infinite Force for 90, which is not KO, which means that I think our opponent's going to get a really big hit in, if I'm remembering what that first attack does again. So let's see. Our opponent's thinking a bit. I think ideally for them, they would like the Lycanroc to be in the active to take a GX KO on the Gardevoir. Oh, and this is where something went wrong for them. So that's rough. I can't remember if they came back in the game or not. If not, then I'll just edit out this video. I gotta edit it back down. But as is, we're just gonna try to continue our setup, get things going. And have ourselves prepped for next turn. I definitely no, do not attach to that Gardevoir. Yes, to the Kirlia. We need to attach to the Kirlia. If we attach to the Gardevoir and our opponent does come back, then they can Lycanroc GX, take out the Gardevoir, and we're left with no energy in play, which is a lot worse than having a DCE in play. And our opponent does immediately attach DCE, so they are here. They just had a temporary connection issue, or they just decided to pass. I don't understand why they would have passed intentionally, so I think that they either misclicked or they were hoping to confuse us. I'm not sure. Okay, so they were just a little uncertain what to do. Got it. Sorry about that. Had a message. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and evolve up manually. I didn't want to obviously evolve the Ralts on the bench, even though we sort of like we do, but we don't. Here, we'll attach the Choice Band, and then we'll have to Lele for a different supporter. Probably gonna look for a Sycamore. Do we still have Sycamore in here? No. Okay, so Cynthia. We might as well attach the DCE to the active first. Well, attach the DCE somewhere first. It's easiest to not have to do math and attach to the active. Actually, we didn't need to do that. We would have gotten the KO either way. Whew. And we whiff the fairy energy. Okay, that's kind of rough. Alright. Well, we have our Pal Pad. Let's play it. And we can't even use the... Alright, so we can get Cynthia back. We can get a Guzma back. That's what we're gonna have to do. We at best have 2 energies left in our deck. Man, this is kind of rough. Okay, so shuffle those back in, and we're gonna manually retreat into a Lele. Is what I decided. I think that's okay. If he has Choice Band, he gets KO. Yeah, he's probably got Choice too, because why wouldn't he? Oh, well, he can just take KO on whatever he wants. Oh, but he didn't. He wants the Lele. Okay. Okay. I mean, that helps us a little bit. We get the extra draw off of Remoraid still now. Off of Octillery. Remoraid doesn't help us draw by himself. Okay, so just clearing out the message. He did not get his Choice Band, so there we get a Puzzle of Time. So since we now know that the other one is prized, it's probably worth it to play the Puzzle of Time. We can either play the Puzzle of Time or the End. If I were looking at it now, yeah. Okay, play the Puzzle of Time. We can get the switch and use it. And then just be in trouble if we whiff energy again. I think that's what we have to do. So we'll do that. Use it. Our opponent is literally 20 damage away from winning. And we whiffed again. Unfortunately, we already used Octillery, so we can't even make a play that way. Down to 11 cards with 2 in deck. So it's very likely that we will get our energy next time. It all comes down to whether or not our opponent has a way, can get Guzma to take out the benched Lele. Guess they need Guzma and a way to retreat or attack. So just Guzma and energy. But are they gonna get it? Or aren't they gonna get it? I have a really hard time thinking we're gonna actually win this. So they have Guzma. And they brought up the non-injured Lele. That was odd. I go straight for the Guzma here because I think our chances are pretty good of drawing if we draw 4 cards, and they're much lower if we draw 3 and we know what we want to do if we draw into it. But we don't. Okay, so we'll go ahead and attach, and at least now we can Guzma back and forth between our Guardies if we have to, until we can get that energy. That was probably a mistake. I mean, I don't know. Our opponent at least can't Guzma the Lele this time. So we get a Claw Slash. and another DCE. Go ahead and stick it on here as well. And we will Octillery just for that much more. Those energies are really hiding. Okay, we got one. We have 2 cards left in deck. We can retreat. We can Secret Spring. I don't know that we need to Secret Spring onto this Gardevoir, because if it's ever attacking, we're gonna lose. Okay, so we Infinite Force, take out the threat that they have in place, and we do have enough energy to 1-8 KO most of what they have. If we get the chance, we will certainly... Well, we're going to have to balance between taking Okos and taking... So Lele's coming out to play. I think we have to KO Lele. And then use our GX next turn if we don't win the game next turn. I mean, that's our only shot at winning. If they're able to do damage next turn, then basically we lose. We do have the KO on Lele. They're gonna have to get a fighting energy for Crabominable. So I think we take the KO here and just go with it. I decided to play Cynthia. That changed absolutely nothing. I don't know why I don't know why I did that. Anyway, we take the KO, and our opponent informs us that he has the win. So, we're gonna go first next game. That's not even a strong energy, but it didn't matter. There we go. Okay, so game 1 went to Lycanroc. Let's go ahead and dig straight into game 2. I think there was a little bit of struggling there from our setup, not finding an energy, kind of wasting too many energies with all the Ultra Ball shenanigans there early on. But I think we also just had to get a feel for the deck, and hopefully we can do a little bit better this game. We're starting off, and that means, well, that's a good start. Wait. We're going first. What did I just say about going first? You typically don't need to start a Vulpix. Now, I guess there is something to be said for the fact that we are sort of dead drawing. So we could bridge it, fill up our bench, and then we Vulpix next turn if we don't find something decent. That's reasonable. That's using your old noggin. Get him to play the end for us. Okay, so we prized a Ralts. Are we going to check for other prizes? No. I'm not going to check prizes because we're dumb. And by we, I mean me. That's dumb. I should be checking prizes. I know that. I know to check prizes here. I just wasn't doing it in this tournament. I don't know why. I have no explanation. It's bad. Check prizes, folks. So we see a strong energy and a Sycamore. I'm just kind of starting to set up. He missed Brigette, I guess. And now we will definitely evolve to Kirlia. We will definitely end the turn. We will almost definitely end the turn with a beacon. Okay. So we're getting an Ultra Ball because that's what I want to get. Oh, are we looking at our prizes? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, me oh my. Okay. Ultra Ball for Octillery, maybe? So prized 2 Ultra Balls? Ouch. Because we haven't discarded anything. Brigitte's our only card. So prized 2 Ultra Ball. Okay. Bring on the pain. Might have prized a Skyla. Can't remember. Okay. The Ultra Ball is the only thing that I'm sure we prized. I didn't notice if the switch was in there or not. Maybe we can pick that out here. Okay. Nope, not giving ourselves a chance. That's fine. In the game, we actually knew more about our prizing now than I do watching. But that just makes it more exciting. Hopefully I looked at our puzzle count. Okay, we're attaching DCE here. I don't hate that. We'll spread out our energies a little bit. We get Lele. We get some other energies. Okay, so this works. We can now beacon for a Gardevoir and a Kirlia. And if our opponent ends us, that's pretty cool. And if our opponent doesn't end us, that's pretty cool. So we're in good shape. We've got Guzma, so we can take a KO next turn on whatever we want. And we get end. Yes, our Vulpix was able to play the "you must end me next turn" attack. Spicy. Alright, so didn't get a whole lot off of the end. We do have a fairy energy. And Lycanroc's gonna come out to hurt us. That's annoying. Goodbye, Kirlia. Hello, crabs. So we're down a DCE again. I'm probably just going to kind of rinse and repeat until we get something going, unfortunately. So we can manually attach. If we manually attach, we definitely need to do so to the Ralts with no energy. Because if we get something good going, we can bump up and have a Secret Spring to power us up further. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it to Skyla for a puzzle. I don't know why it's making, like, I'm even having to think about it. I guess the one consideration I'm trying to judge is that we could go Kirlia and Ultra Ball. Since we know that we only have one more Ultra Ball, we could make that play. That would be interesting, but I don't think it's worth it. I think we're better off just Cynthiaing and hoping. At the time, I decided to do the puzzle play. Did I do the puzzle play? Yes. And one of our puzzles is prized again, too. Which, you know, we didn't look thoroughly enough. Oh, that switch is there. Rescue Stretcher is there. Clearly did not look thoroughly enough at our prizes the time before, because we didn't realize that a puzzle was prized, because that makes this that much worse. But oh well. We have committed to what we're doing now, and we do know that we will be getting at least one Gardevoir out next turn. So we need to get Kirlia, we need to get Ultra Ball. I say we'll be getting at least one Gardevoir. We don't technically actually know that. So we evolve the Kirlia here. I believe we're going to Ultra Ball away the Octillery and an Energy. Doesn't really matter which one we evolve, just do it, just evolve somewhere. Because we're going to Ultra Ball to get the other one. So... Octillery and Cynthia. Okay, I didn't want to run into the problems of not having energy like we did last game. I think that's probably wise. We're gonna have Octillery set up for draw support, so that's not a big issue. But it would have been a problem if we screw ourselves up and end up with no energy again. So we Abyssal Hand, and we get Lele and some more energy. Now we're just gonna Beacon for a couple of Gardevoir and go from there. The magic number, by the way, is 5. We need 5 energies to KO a Crabominable, which means we need to have 4 when we are attacking. Which means we would like to get a DCE next turn, or to not lose the Kirlia that has a DCE on it. Either of those situations enables us to KO a Crab next turn. Again, that would be under the assumption that we do not get end, and we see a Tapu Lele currently searching through supporters. But our opponent cannot find their end. This, my friends, is very good for us. I say they couldn't find it. They knew right where it was. It's in their prizes. They had Cynthia in hand, so they really would have liked to have noted that previously, but apparently they, like we, are not always the best at checking their prizes before they get further into the game. We can't really fault them for it at this point. So, la da da. Okay, so now we see this is, we can KO the active. We can maybe, if we can hit a Choice Band, we can KO the Lycanroc. I think it's worth it to try to KO the Lycanroc. We could... Hello, Top Deck. Nice to see you. We might have been able to ensure the Lycanroc if we played Lele for Skyla to get the Choice Band. However, I think that we're unsure that there's still a Skyla in deck, right? I think we've played 2 of them at this point. We know we're going to Guzma, we know we're going to KO, so we want to do that now. And then we will Octillery. Or 3 new cards. Ooh. Ooh, that's spicy. Super Boost Energy. So here I'm going, hey, let's get the Ralts back so the Super Boost can become a thing. It's okay, we can do that. I might be deciding to wait though, because we don't need it this turn, and dropping it as a surprise at a different juncture could be better. We don't want it to be enhance hammered away. I don't know if our opponent plays E-Hammer or not, but it'd be preferable that we not find out by them nerfing our damage by 120. So, there we go. We get another Garde, we get another Ralts. Here it would be fun to know whether or not we have any of our Skylas left. Because ideally what we'd like to do here is Skyla for Rare Candy, and well, okay, that just changed. We no longer want to Skyla for Rare Candy. We now want to Lele for a Guzma for a Lycanroc, you don't get your one-hit KO. We just top deck the candy. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, so Lele. Okay, yeah, we like Lele. Let's do this. Gonna get some Guzma. Yeah, we got one Guzma left in deck after this. So here's the question: do we Lele Lycanroc, or do we Guzma the Rockruff to prevent Lycanroc from joining us, or do we Guzma KO Lele? Here I was sitting here going, maybe I don't want to attach it yet. I think it's definitely better as a surprise. The come out of nowhere with 120 extra damage is nice. This part's not nice though, because it's about to become one rainbow energy once again. And we can't even play it if that's the case, because we have to have 4 energies to get a KO on a Krabby. That's not good for us. We might have gotten ahead of ourselves. Maybe it would have been better to take a KO on a Lele. Might have even been better. No, definitely not better to attack the Crabominable. Okay, so no. Okay, so I'm attaching that there. I don't know why. Getting rid of those 2. I'm gonna get rid of a Remoraid intentionally. And we haven't gone through that many Rare Candy, right? Yeah, we still have 2 in deck. Okay. Maybe I'm just gonna GX this turn. I could see doing so. Get some stuff back that we want. Seems good. So what are we looking at getting back? Definitely the puzzles. Okay, so the Super Boost will be active next turn. We can Secret Spring right now. I think we should do that. Unfortunately, I don't know and we can't check to see how many energy are in deck currently. So we don't want to end up in the position. We don't want to end up in the position where we use Professor's Letter and there's not enough energy in there. So we should at the very least count our discard, because we could be running low. I don't want to take that time, so I just played it. Maybe I remembered at the time. I could only hope that that's the case. Secret Spring onto myself. Yeah, but we're not going to attack, because 2-hit KOing a crab. Wait, we are going to attack? Okay. I think a GX is much better there. I don't understand why I did that. I think a GX attack is way better. But our opponent's gonna Ace Rolla. So it's, I don't know. He's thinking that we're gonna have trouble KOing the crab, I guess. He thinks the 140 is a lot of HP. We are not going to have trouble KOing it. So there's that. Okay. I guess he was looking to use Brooklet Hill within his deck. That's a good play. I don't know if he ended up using it or missing it, but either way. So we're gonna go boom. We're gonna go boom. We're gonna go attach the DCE. Right? Attach the DCE. Let it drop. Let it drop. Gallade need him some energy. Okay. So this Gardevoir has plenty of energy. If anything, too much energy. We don't need to put any more on him. We don't need to put any more on her. And the other Gardevoir could maybe get the Secret Springs here. But I think it's good to go ahead and line up the energy, the DCE, Pal Pad. Okay, Pal Pad and DCE. Anyway. Having 6 cards left in deck, we need to stay aware of that as well. So we're sort of making it so we can guarantee ourselves. We'll be able to guarantee ourselves a Guzma to win the game next turn. As long as he doesn't get the KO. So if we Secret Spring onto the active, right? Okay, yeah, so Guzma. Double Guzma? Yeah. And then I think we just take the KO. So we switched there, and we shouldn't have switched. That's basically what his statement was saying. If we had manually retrieved off the energy from the bench Gardevoir, we would have been in good shape. Just digging for Guzma. But at this point, he's probably not just styling on us. He definitely actually is. Just can't retreat twice. Okay, so we top deck Guzma. Good. Get Lele up here. And send Gallade up, and then we'll retreat Gallade. And then let's go crazy. No need to Secret Spring. We can be confident that that's enough damage since we know the Super Boost is activated. And hey, we won it. We'll be going to game 3 thanks to a lack of top decking Guzma or drawing into Guzma. We'll take it. I feel like there were less questionable plays on our part there. I think we handled the situation a bit better. The only thing that stands out as questionable is the way we handled the Lycanroc to prevent the GX, but I think that was still necessary. I guess we could have handled the active Crabominable at that point, so that there's a chance he just whiffs. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into game 3. Our opponent will be going first this game, since we won game 2. Hopefully it goes a little bit better than how game 1 went. This is really fascinating with our opponent's deck. Definitely spicy. We win, we have to choose to go second. Our opponent is reminding us. And we get to start Lele. Yay! Okay, so we'll certainly be playing our Brigette turn 1. Trying to decide if it's worth it to attach the Super Boost energy with the intent of retreating Lele into a Vulpix. I mean, obviously if we top deck an energy, then we don't, but the Super Boost energy was quite important last game. We would not have won without it. But it's really, I can really go either way. It's a tough call. Our opponent gets a pretty good setup with Remoraid, 2 Lycanrocs, and 2 Crabs out. Now it's our turn. We don't have as good a situation, but we can play our own Brigette. So let's do that, I guess. Brigette, Ralts. I'm okay with this. The only way we can use Vulpix is if we get rid of our Super Boost energy completely, and that does not sound like a good time for us. I don't think we want to attach. We could attach, but I don't think we really want to. We definitely don't want to use anything else. So I think we're good here. Our opponent evolves to Lycanroc and decides to start fighting against our Ralts. See a Hill, see a Cynthia. See a big old yawn from me. Hopefully it's not going to you guys, because if so, then I'm doing something wrong. And we see another Lycanroc play. Okay, so he whiffed Crabs, so he was putting up something we can't use as well. Alright. That kind of makes sense. Let's look at our deck. Oh look, we can get down a Remoraid or a Vulpix. We already have a Remoraid, so let's do a Vulpix. I think the play is going to be to Guzma up the Octillery and then Beacon. I mean, I get why we want to end, but if his hand is okay, so we'll do this. We'll retreat. I think we're gonna have to do that thing where we use the letter to get some energy and then discard one of them. I don't like that. Whoa, am I just gonna discard the letter? That's probably a little bit better. Truth be told, it's probably a little bit better to just discard the energy. So we will retreat. We will evolve, and then we'll Abyssal Hand. And the order of operations there was pretty important, I think. This is kind of tight. Like, kind of... We'd like to Ultra Ball for Kirlia here. Especially now that we see that we only have one. But we couldn't. Getting the Lele will mean that we get to Skyla for Rare Candy, if need be. opponent may find a way to end those cards out of our hand. I guess their way would be having it as one of their last 3 cards, or getting it off of Octillery. Nope, just gonna see a Sycamore, which means we have the option of guaranteeing ourselves a Gardevoir next turn. That's probably worthwhile, but we do have to bear in mind that, well, no, so we'll be staying under the bench cap for Lycanroc. He will have to have a Choice Band to be able to GX away our Gardevoir, if that's how we proceed. I think we have 1 energy in the discard. So I think I'm probably going to go for the Skyla play. Go ahead and attach. Ponder the Brooklet Hill a little bit, because we could get a second Remoraid so that we have 2 Octilleries in play. I'd rather not do that while there's a Lycanroc with an energy out. That seems like it's dangerous, but not so much a smack for 40. Not so much. So we're going to evolve the Gardevoir. Are we going to intentionally... I think, once again, it would have been good to check our puzzle count there. I think the best play is actually to Ultra Ball away the puzzle and the Octillery. We don't need to use the puzzle. Whoa, okay. Okay, I decided that puzzles are important. That's fair. That's fair. Puzzles are important. Right now I should check to see what our... Well, it doesn't matter. We're either going to get it or not at this point. And we did not. So, hopefully our opponent isn't able to take a KO. Obviously, the only way they can take a KO is if they can play a Guzma. Guzma doesn't work. If they... Is there some way they could retreat? I guess they play Float Stone because they've been sticking on Octillery. So if they can get an energy and a float and a Choice Band, they could then take a GX KO on Gardevoir. There's the Choice Band. Oh, that's not the energy they needed. Okay, so we have hope still. We will have Choice. Ooh, Guzma. Okay, so he's taking out the Kirlia. I don't mind that. Too bad. I was already kind of looking at this, I think. So, if we promote Lele, we can attach to Gardevoir. We attach to the Choice Band. We can double puzzle and ensure that we get the freaking fairy energy. And okay, so we can definitely take a KO. Question is, what do we want to take with us? Because we can attach. We can. Yeah, I think we have to Lele for Guzma. No. Jeffrey. Okay, so I'm getting a Ralts and a letter. I decided that getting a letter is more important than getting a single fairy energy. I think that is true. We'll go ahead and Abyssal for 2 because we're not going to have any way to play our hand down lower than this. We'll go ahead and get rid of his Choice Band and his Rooklet Hill to make it a little bit harder for him to get stuff out. We'll go ahead, play the letter to get a couple fairy energies. Secret Spring one of those energies onto our Gardevoir. Then Lele for Guzma. And with Guzma, we will be able to take a KO on the energized Lycanroc. Finally getting this party started. So, currently their Lele would be hitting us for a total of 140, 170 with a Choice Band. That is worth paying attention to. Oh look, we had some stuff prized. I think next turn we'll probably want to just attach DCE and Secret Spring both to the Ralts. And then we'll Abyssal Hand, looking, hoping, praying for that which will not come, aka the Rare Candy. Get hit for 100. And now we have some decisions. Okay, what supporters do we want back? I think it would be good to get a Guzma back. And I kind of think maybe Skyla? Guzma and Skyla. Whoa. It's like I know me or something. Okay. DCE. Good, good. Secret Spring. Good. Yes. And then Abyssal Hand. We see a switch, we see a Skyla. We'll probably want to use both. So right now we Skyla. Actually, we don't want to use the switch, because right now he'd have to have a Guzma to be able to GX attack our active or our uninjured Gardevoir. And we'd much rather he not take out the uninjured Gardy. So I think we just leave it as is and take a KO. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do it. Don't know what I'm thinking here. It feels like a pretty straightforward call to just take the KO here. We definitely want to try to dig for Guzma next turn if we can. Well, he brought up the Lycanroc, so that means he's probably just going to take a KO here. Good for him, but we can return KO, which is good for us. So good for everybody. I think we're actually in really good shape. For once, I think we're in really good shape. Okay, so he needs a 2-prize knockout. We have a switch in hand that we more or less want to keep in hand. So let's attach to ourselves. That's enough for knockout. We can Secret Spring to ourselves too. Whatever. We're wanting energy on Gardevoir, right? Do we need another energy on Gardevoir? I guess so. Why not? There's nothing he's going to be able to do. If he would have to have like energy mover thingy-majig. I don't think we want to bench. Nah. I mean, he's almost never going to be able to do the play that we don't want him to do. I think it's better to just get rid of those pieces. We don't need anything. We don't need it. We don't want it. We're done. Now we can play the Cynthia, refresh our hand, and hopefully get, like, I was gonna say hopefully get a Guzma to ensure stuff for us. I mean, it doesn't hurt to attach a Choice Band, but it sort of doesn't matter. So, whatever. We get the KO. We have enough on ourselves by ourselves to KO a Lele, but the Choice Band could get knocked out. However, he has got to be able somehow to move the energy or to attach 2 energies in order to have a way to get the game next turn. Well, this turn. He'd have to knock out a Lele, so he'd have to have Lycanroc. He'd have to have a way to move energy around, and he'd have to have another energy. We haven't seen any of the cards that would enable that to happen, so I think we're actually safe here. We see Guzma. We see a Guzma, so he's gonna Guzma up Octillery. Trying to stall. We don't have a Lele in hand, do we? Okay. So I think our play is bench Ralts, Ultra Ball away, the Gallade and the Candy. Secret Spring onto the Octillery. Why did he just attach to it? He didn't attack because he doesn't want to. Okay. Well, that changes things a little bit. Ultra Ball, Blade, and the Ralts. That's fine. Checking. I must have already known that was an Energies card. That's the excuse. Okay, bench. Sure. Secret Spring that puppy onto our Octillery. Play the puzzle. Okay, well, we get Switch and Guzma. Either one works. Together, they are twice as powerful. Okay, there we go. We have the Switch, we have the Guzma. We're gonna Guzma the little puppy because the puppy's been very, very rough for us. And we will take down the match against Lycanroc Crabominable. This was kind of a tough match. I feel like our play in Game 3 was pretty good, which helped us to overcome going second. I still think that we made some questionable plays Game 1. We did a lot of playing around their sort of win conditions there toward the end, which, well, throughout Game 3, which helped for sure. Anyway, with that, we'll go ahead and wrap things up for today. We'll be back soon, sooner than last time, probably with a new series that we'll be starting, and we'll be intermixing this and the new one for a while. But with that, please like, comment, subscribe. Helps me a lot. And otherwise, I will see you soon.